Keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood, the topical interactive chat show every Monday night, 8:30 p.m. with special guests and you, the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood. This event is brought to you by Comedy Hot with Rudi Lickwood, the topical interactive chat show every Monday night, 8:30 p.m. with special guests and you, the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood. This event is brought to you by Comedy Hotspot. Don't forget, keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood.
Oh, you're keeping it real with me. How you doing? How are you doing? Thank you very much for joining me. I messed up right at the beginning, you know. I did. I could kick myself. I really could. So how are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling out there? Thanks for joining me. How are you guys doing? I have to ask that question because it's miserable outside, isn't it? Proper miserable. And I don't want to be dealing with miserable people right about now. Hold on. I've got a few things I've got to push in here. Because I notice I'm a little bit dark. Do you notice? I'm a little bit dark. And I want to sort that out. Get my lighting sorted out. I didn't realise until I came on. But yeah, how you doing? At least say hello. Look at you lot, just in the room, in the background. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? It's a bit of light. Make me look nice. Hold on. I will be taking no calls. Let me see. This is live. You can tell this is live. How you doing, Grace? How you doing? Right. Oh, it's Paul. Well, he'll have to know that I can't take the call. But he must be telling me something. I'm sure he is. Hello, Sugar. Hello, Sugar. How you doing? Oh, there's somebody nice. Somebody new in the room. How you doing? Al Saint Nash. Hi, Rudy. With an I would be nice. With an I would be nice. How are you doing? That's what I want to know. How are you doing? So you guys good? Because I did ask. Evenings and blessing. Julie Juice. R&B Massive. Keeping it real. How are you guys doing? I've got a really special guest for you guys tonight. Somebody that I knew when I was little bit. I mean, when I say little bit, I mean proper. You know, when you used to wear the short trousers and you used to run around the playground and you'd fall over and you'd tear your knee and your trousers just bust open. And then you go home to your mother and your mother goes, "You're not getting another pair of school trousers, you're not." All she would do is just sew it all up. Yeah, sew it all up. Yeah. Yeah, that's this. These young ladies know me from way back when. And the thing is that she's a journalist. Yeah, some of you know her. She's been trying to push the black agenda now for many a year, many a year. Working on cable channels. Channel you lot most probably know is Ben TV. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you her logo. Do you see that? See it up there? The lifestyle show. But guess what? This is my show. So we're going to get rid of that logo. But I'll put it back up again. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a taster of what she does. Welcome, Pam.
Welcome to you. What a taster.
Hey?
And me and you,
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Rudi.
Back in the day, girl. Back in the day. We're talking
North Wheezy.
Yeah.
North Wheezy.
North Wheezy, that's right.
That's
Northwest London.
Yeah. Northwest London. Thank you for that intro. I'm doing it for the people you said, and thank you for that. That's kind of huge for me to take that one on. But thank you ever so much, and loving to be on your show because you've been on the other
I've
seat.
been on the other end when it comes to you, isn't it?
It's kind of weird.
Tell me something. How does that actually feel for you?
It's kind of weird.
That it's the other way around.
Rudy, it's weird, and I don't know what I'm going to get into for the next hour or so. It's kind of weird because I am the interviewer.
Yeah.
And to be now the other side, the interviewee. I don't know. I don't know what tricks are going to play on me, man. And we go way back, like you said. So treat me nice. I don't know what to say. Just treat me nice.
I ain't got no tricks.
Oh,
I ain't got no tricks.
You.
No. I got told more. All right. What are you saying, Craig? Craig, believe it or not, Craig is all the way in Norfolk.
Wow.
Yeah, we normally say Norfolk. That's where he is. He's in Norfolk. That's where he is. He's in Norfolk doing his thing. Beautiful little girl. We often talk, and it's good that he's popped in to see us. I've got people are starting to say hello to you.
Hello, Julie, Juice. Hello to you. And how are you doing? Lovely to have you here with us. My first time with Rudy. Rudy's going to treat me nice because, as he says, we go way back, and I know where he lives. So
she's worried. She's worried that I might dig up some dirt. And them lot, no, I don't dig up dirt. Them lot know me. I don't dig up dirt. I just go straight in. I just bam.
Oh,
I just go straight in.
All right. I was 7 years old. Junior school, St. Andrews.
Yeah.
Wilsden.
Yeah.
St. Andrews, 7 years old. I look like a little monkey.
You do, innit? And you've got the you've also got the ribbons.
You must say I do, Rudy. You must say no, you don't.
Is it? Yeah. I like the ribbons. That's what I like.
But that's what we had to do. It's all about ribbons. It was all about ribbons, yeah, making it look good. It's all about ribbons, but the cheeky smile, I don't know.
You can see that you got a cheeky smile because you've pushed up your shoulders like you're like going. Hee. It's like you're going. Hee. And not only that, but your grown-up teeth are coming through. Look at that.
Did they really come through? I mean, honestly. But yeah, St. Andrews, Wilson High Road, and I was 7 years old there, and it was a touch and a space to get there. We lived on Wilson High Road, and St. Andrews was with my sisters, and I had 1 year left with my elder one. She left a year after I came in, and then the other one was still in there, and but it wasn't our school really, to be honest with you. We were Catholics.
Okay.
But we couldn't get into the Catholic school. I don't know why the girls couldn't, but we didn't. It was all full up. But so we went for the Church of England, which was second best for my mother.
Right.
It was very religious, and that was the best we could do, and it was all right. And so we did that. Yeah.
So did the boys go to the Catholic school?
The boys luckily went through to the Catholic school system. I don't know how that happened, but they did.
No, I think done you a favor sending you to. Do you remember who the headmaster was?
It was an Asian.
That's right. He was Asian.
And his
name begins. It was with a G. G.
All right, I can't remember.
Mr. Gomes. Mr. Gomes. Does that ring a bell?
You went to our school. Yeah, was that?
Yeah.
Mr. Gomes. And he was a tall Asian fellow.
Yeah.
And he was very, when he walked into the classroom, he was rather tall and familiar. He was like bold. I always remember that. We had to really look up to him, and he was this dark, very handsome.
I wouldn't know.
Well, he was. I mean, he was tall, very tall, because Asians weren't really tall that we knew. But he was a tall Asian chap. When I was little, so how would I know? But he was tall and suited and booted. Always.
Always suited and booted.
Always suited and booted. Grey suit is what I remember about. And when he walked into a class, we all had to stand up. For Mr. You just said it, guys. You remember that one?
Mr. Gomes. But I spent more time. He gave me the slipper. He gave me the cane. I didn't like him. I didn't like him at all.
Well, you was rather naughty fellow then.
I didn't like him at all. No, man. I was just challenging. I was challenging as a child. I was challenged. I was curious. I had questions. You know. And then again, I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, around that time, my parents weren't going through the greatest of times, and I had no idea why I was playing up. Do you know what I mean? There were subliminal things that was going on in the background in a child's head at that point in time. But once again, the sheer fact that I was good at sport, you know,
that's it. Yeah, that's a number one, isn't it? Yeah. Being good at sport is good. Being good at academia is good too. And my sister excelled. My elder sister Glenda, she excelled, and she was really rather classy and the brainy of the year. I only had 1 year left with her when I went in, and then she went off to secondary, and then it had Jackie and us there. And I could say to you that we were all right. We were always all right academia wise. I think we were always really rather creative, and so we didn't really want to be academia wise. I don't know what it was. Yeah, I just kind of think.
No, but the thing is, there's nothing wrong with academia, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just that it was never bigged up. It was never. You don't get big up for being good at academics.
Back in the day, I think our parents were like this. Academia. Okay. They want to have us to become doctors and nurses and dentists and things. And I think we were like, okay, we'll try. But we kind of flowed with that. We were creative. And we found ourselves being more creative. And although we were still doing, we did our things, we did it, and we got our exams done, we got our grades, but we weren't into it. We weren't. Seriously. No? Seriously, we weren't. I think the only one that took it really seriously was my eldest brother Frank, and he was a gen at mathematical thing. You put any maths thing in front of him, both. But then he had the other side of him. My brother, he had this. You sit in front of him. He's 8, 9 years old. He can sketch you like a dog.
Okay.
And so that was the creative side.
Okay.
But academia side was mum pushed on that one. Dad was loving him with that one, but it kind of got with the academia. So he got both.
Okay.
Yeah, how you doing?
I must admit, your dad is quite a handsome chap, man.
Well, what can I say?
I know handsome men. When I see handsome men, I lie.
Well, of course.
I lie. He was a definite handsome man at the time of that when that photograph was taken.
He's 86. He's 86 now, and I swear to you, you know what? Dad still looks so great. He looks so great. He's 86 now, and he's in St. Lucia. He's lovely retired there, and he's not really retired. He's doing things and what have you. But yeah, he was the flair. He was the one that gave us the flair. He was the one that was the show business side.
Okay.
Mummy was the academia brains.
Okay.
She is still, because that's what she's about. And so I think we got both. So we got the flair with it, and then we got the academia with it. So we got the brains, and then we got the showmanship. I think any of my fam could detect that and write in now and say it. I think that's what it is. If I have to distinguish that, it's between the two of them. That this side of it was that side of it was that. I believe it.
So Dad is now currently in St. Lucia then. So you're St. Lucia.
Having
both parents. Both parents St. Lucian.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Mummy is here. Mummy, she wants to be the fan. She's got her place out there, and she goes there 6 months in a way. But COVID made her stop from last year. She does that kind of thing, but she does like to be involved here with us. She's a mummy. She's the mummy. Okay. And she still likes to have that clingy thing with us lot, although we're all grown up and things going on. And the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren, to be honest. But yeah, she's around.
So has COVID had a massive impact on the family?
To be honest with you, no, Rudy, not like others. We have lost a few along the way. It's not that kind of, absolute family thing that we've lost. It hasn't been like that for us. Well, we've been friends, close friends and things. And we feel for them. But no, the impact has not been that. Only except the fact that my sister in Barbados, Glenda, she likes to keep swinging across every 3-4 months, across the waves, and she wasn't able to do that, and not able, us lot, able to go to them.
To them, right? I hear that.
Yeah, and even to my father, or my father to come back up.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to do that as well. So yeah, and my mum to go there.
Right.
So yeah, only that, and that's nothing compared to other families who.
Because that's what I was going to say to you. Because I mean, you as a journalist / news editor, sort of like thing. I mean, how has that impacted your industry? How is it?
Yeah, I mean, it was something while we came up and came back in. I got to be honest with you, Rudy. When I got the forces that came to me and said, "Look, we got to do something about this because the COVID can impact on our community, and we got to get back in there and do it." We were always in a studio or pre-recorded at a function, a venue.
Yeah,
this was going to be different. So to come in on a kind of remote situation and then just coming straight in there to talk about, and I didn't know that could work, and I felt funny about that. But I was convinced about the fact that we need to get things out there. We need to get it going on with our community. It is impacting us. We've been hearing about it's affecting us almost very much immediately. We heard that at the beginning of it all.
Yeah.
Let's get in there. Let's talk about it. Let's get our people to talk about it. Let's do that. That's what drove me in. I said, okay, I'll do that. So yeah, so we came back and said the impact it had for me was to get back on that saddle, remote as it was, let our people know how we have to deal with this, and to strategically let us try and see if we can get more of our people talking about it, to make them try to resolve this fact that instead of having someone else that's not looking at them saying, you need to get this, you need to do that, get our own people involved. Then we started research, get our doctors, get our nurses, get our people involved, and let's have them going on. Let's get them come in, then talk to our people and say, this is why you have to do it. And this is why you need to do it. And it made me, that was the reason. That was a good reason. And other things happened from there. Having done that. So, yeah.
Because like you said, you have to go to the studio and like basically seeing everything sort of like locked down. I mean, I got pretty depressed pretty quickly actually, especially when I saw the high streets, do you know what I mean, turning into tumbleweed, and I knew that the economy was crashing, sort of like thing, you know. And then again, like I said, when you start listening to the community, it was almost like they were shut down because people started coming with traditional remedies, holistic ways of approaching it.
But to be honest with you, Rudy, the vibes was, particularly with our younger folk and maybe with our own age group, they were like, it's not our kind of team. It's a white man team. And that's the truth. And I'm saying it as it is, as what I want it to be. Initially, it was like, it's not our team. It's nothing to do with us. It's either it's a white man thing or elderly people thing. And I kept trying to tell as many people as I could, this thing doesn't discriminate. It's going to go for everybody. And it was the hardest thing that I could do to try and, convince. Even my eldest daughter came back and said, Mum, come back from college, academy, and I've been told that, no. This thing doesn't discriminate. It will go to all. But it was a thing that was going around initially at the beginning that this was something that was not concerning Black people per se, and certainly not concerning young people. So it was all about,
Yeah, because I mean, well, at the time they were telling us it was about the the elderly who were
Because they
in.
were the ones who were dying. Only because they were dying. Didn't mean that it wasn't affecting us. And that's what I had to say to my daughter. Get that out. Before you do anything, get that out to your own people. And then I said to anyone I could, this doesn't discriminate. Yes, it's only good. The reason you're seeing the death toll with the old is because their immune system is low.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. But it's going to get that anyway because it doesn't, So what we start seeing, our fam, people's fam, friends' fam, then what do we start getting in our community? This one did, that one did. And then everyone starts to say, oh, all up there. Hold on. Didn't you not know? Then once it started to hit our community, I think that's when people say, well, hold on a minute. Yeah.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. But I know we can never right the world. Not between us two anyway.
Hello, Paul Walsh.
We don't have that kind of influence. We don't all get to meet Mr. Blair.
I can explain to the viewers about this. The reason why you see it tall, because my little one, she was playing with the album. Look how they grip my handle. But he's playing with the album and she's just gone and ripped that. I had so many pictures. So Mr. Blair came in when we was at Joesph FM and we got the 107.1. We were in Elephant and Castle then, and he just kind of blessed the place with it all. And I was going to be interviewing him live on air. And we've gone and done this picture. We had loads of pictures, actually. There's lots of photographers there and what have you. And this is the bear one I got, my little daughter. But there you are. But these are the people, yeah.
He's got quite a handshake on him there. He's looked like he's crushing your ring.
How he gripped my hand. Take it easy on me, Pam. Take it easy on me, Pam. Now, he didn't get, he said to me off mic that he didn't get the questions. We were meant to send in 5 questions at the very least to him, talk about various issues of the day. And when just before the airways came, we was on when we sat together, we was mic'd up and whatever. And I said, "Oh, you've got the questions, so you know what." And he goes, "I tell you what, Pam, I haven't. I didn't get them."
He hasn't got the question. Oh no!
He said, say what you want to say. It doesn't matter. Say what you want to say. I'll be all right. And sure enough, bang, 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 bang. He just answered it. So that is why I respected this dude. He just answered it, and he was just like that. And he claimed he didn't have the questions beforehand, which is what we were meant to do 3 days before we submitted the questions. Only 5. And he claimed he didn't get them. He goes, "It's all right." And he held my hand. This is why we often held my hand. Pam doesn't have to say.
But why? How did you get the position there to actually be the person to actually interview? Of all, I mean, how many other editors were there at the time at Choice?
Oh no, before me, yeah, there were a few.
Right.
At the time of the time, with Tony Blair, I happened to be the head of news. What can I say?
Okay.
That's what I can say. At the time that I happened to be there, the head of news, it was me. And so
no. Let's get to before the time. How? Oops. Wait, I don't want to do that. Let's get to before the time, because you didn't just end up in that role. I mean, how did Choice? How did you?
For me, Choice. Okay.
Get about to Choice. Well, how did that happen?
All right. Let's all right, sit back then, Rudy. Right, let me say, it was a case of, in my life, I did sort of turnarounds. One time I decided that I would like to do journalism, and I went through the motions. Things happened in between. It's going to cut this thing short, and then I said, "Oh, I send things out." After me going to college and learning journalism, print and radio journalism. And then,
Yeah, but at the time, no. You was going through more than that, because at the time you were pregnant before you made that decision. Yeah, if I'm correct. So you had a lot on your plate.
I had my first one.
Yeah.
Before then, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was in the employment agency field. I had my own company, and that dissolved and went into another realm. I keep saying this. Oh, look at her. Yeah, that's Marie. That's Jade Marie. And I had in 91. I can say about chopping changes, not chopping changes, things that happen that made me go to another realm.
That's right.
Yeah. So I went to another realm. Just before that, I was into employment agency field, recruitment consultant, created my own business after working for another company for so long. I had my own. That recession, that went. Then at that point, it was like crazy because that's when I found out I was pregnant. And oh my God, the worst time of my life. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I had her. What am I going to do now? Okay, let's go into retail. And I did that for a bit. And when I say retail, I went into Cambridge Town, me and my sister. Me and Jackie went into indoor retailing business, and we bought and sold clothing and things like that. And that was kind of going kind of good.
Right.
Move on. Then something happened with that one. I'm getting fed up with everything. Right, what am I going to do? And you know what? I just said, whatever I keep saying to you, from the time you were little, you got a lovely voice. You know, you did say about your voice. No, I never thought about it all through growing up. But I said at that time, let me think about that. And got a good radio voice. I'm okay. But I couldn't do a DJ. I don't want to do a DJ. Music playing. So I love English and I love words. Journalism. Okay. Sounds too easy. Sounds so easy. It didn't come to me like, blah, 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 but it did come to me. And then I said, okay, let me do that. So I went and figured it out. And that time I'm now going on with practicing, and I'm still saying, okay, that's where my next word's going to be. It's going to be. And I did. And, you know, all through the time of having my first one and then going through the motions of studying and what have you. So I'm late. I had a council meeting. Who's that, Liz? Nice to see you, Liz, though. Join in. So, yeah. And there you are. So, sort of there you are, really. Lots of isn't schisms.
Not really.
Okay. I was determined then. Make my mind up. Why don't you do it, Pam? Do it. Go for it. And I did it. And I shortened a 2-year. I remember because I had a date then. It was a 2-year course, journalism, print and radio journalism, 2 years. I said, I can't do this. I can't handle that. Do it in 1 year. And I remember the head of the faculty there, the head of the journalism. Do you know how that's going to be? That you're going to condense a 2-year course into one. I can handle it. Bring it on. Because I knew I didn't have time to waste. I got this kid here. I can't do 2 years. So I condensed this 2-year thing into one, and I passed.
Okay.
As you do. No, as you do. I just did it because I was determined to do it. After that, I ought to have gone to university, and Leeds was opening their doors at me. And I remember, same again, Greenwood. His name is Mr. Green. And if he's watching this, Mr. Greenwood even asked me to go back into his office and say, I know you've got a child and I know you've got this, but go into Leeds, do it, complete your journalism, get your thing. I ain't got time for that. I said, I don't know what to do because I struggle doing that. I got to go. I got to move. That was it. Now, I'm not saying that that's the best or not. It's, for me, that was what I had going on. I had to move. Yeah, and I did it. And then after that, it was struggling to then, get myself somewhere and send things out and what have you. It took too long. So I said, I'm going to have a break. Follow your ambitions, people can achieve with a mindset. Well done. Thank you.
Yeah, but the thing is that you've gone from running your own business. Do you know what I mean? Because you, like you said, you was with Atlas at the time, and then leaving that, your own thing. You left that, and then you went into fashion,
retail,
retail,
yeah. And
so that means that at the time when you was a little bubba, you never even thought about journalism. Journalism wasn't even in your mind.
You know the way you think that was. What was that? I was, oh God, blimey. Was I fainting? Oh my God.
You could tell her aunt made her that dress, isn't it?
That dress belongs to an old woman, mate. Come on.
Who made that dress?
I don't know. I don't think it was made. I think you just bought a jumble sale. I don't know. I'm saying that. I thought I'd probably look crisp bits in it. I don't know. Because maybe the collar was down. Maybe I never had that before. And I probably felt rather proud. I was with a bunch of my fam, as you can just see clips of them. I was probably rather proud that I was in a little two-piece dress, thinking I look rather good at the time.
At the time, yeah.
At the time. Look at the hairstyle. What a hairstyle? That's no hairstyle.
There was no hairstyle then.
Anything I go on. But you know what?
You were.
At least my smile caught over the whole, you know.
But you weren't contemplating journalism then, were you? No. It was furthest from your mind, from what I can see.
What you can see is I was just grateful to be.
It looked like it was the furthest thing from your mind.
Never said. But I was so happy though. I was happy. See my eyes. No matter how I was happy because I was with my fam. So I was happy. Regardless of that, you know, whatever I look like, what you know, we all look the same almost at the time. You know, there's no great fashion details going on. The perm just started to go in, or the hot comb, if you will. Hot comb started to go in, and to perm your head to a certain degree. But I think my mum bided a time with us a lot and said, no hot comb for y'all, you know, no perm for y'all. Because did
you not use the hot comb?
No, I think at that time she was not hot comb for y'all. Not even then. I think she bided it. She bided her time with us to put any hot comb and thing our hair. I don't know, because we know others had the little curly thing going on. We was always very natural. Tried to do a little afro, tried to, you know, put something back, have a little thing at the top, a little quiff at the top. I don't know. But I think we still looked at the time, Rudy. We still looked, because we had faces. We looked all right.
No, you did. You did.
That's
why I took you forward to take you backwards, to take you forward again.
Oh my gosh. All right. There's me being rather proud. That's why I went into the employment agency field.
You can see it now. You can see it because it looks that. Yeah, you got the kind of stature.
Yeah. And I was
ball in hand.
It was a great thing because, you know, recruitment consultancy game, you never really saw a lot of black women inside the bureau. If you remember, there's lots of bureaus at the time, but there was oh my gosh, I can't even recall now when I think about it. Brook Street Bureau, this thing bureau, and when you looked into the window of those places, really just saw white people in there. You never really saw black people behind the chairs, behind the desks. And I felt that Atlas started something, and they had a lot more of us and Asians coming through to represent, so people weren't afraid to walk in, to get to see and sign up. And when I became you know, higher in that field,
because you went to area manager. Stop holding back. Tell people who you are.
Supervisor. I had 5 branches at this time underneath my wing.
Right.
And you know, you get your company car. I remember when I first got the company car, I was only 22. I got a company car, I went to Bomber, and I was like, what? I was like, I felt like a footballer. But anyway, I was that's when I bought my flat. You know, because I just had money, a roll, and it was like that, and it was like, you know, and it was, you know, rather grand. But it was really great because being in that position, I was able to, you know, very much get in any black person that walked in, Asian person, oh, what you want to do? Yeah. And I made sure our people got, talk to it right, and whatever, match them up to their thing. And it was great for me to be in that position. And I realized it from then. I was having my own, and also my own minority ethnic folks, if you will.
Yeah.
Without being so, I wasn't political. It was just something that was like, right, now I am in the position to make sure I help. Because if you want to shoot someone, you think they're not talking right because they're just slow in talking. I would take them off, put them on the couch over there. Right, tell me what you want. And I didn't have to do that as a manager of the branch or whatever. And I didn't have, but I did it because it was needed. Anyway, that was that.
But this. No, I hear what you're saying. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, what was you was located in Park Parade, Harzen at the time?
Harzen High Street was the big cheese. That's Atlas when I first started there as a training. And
then when you left there, you set up your own team.
The time I did that was because I just got disillusioned because there was so much things going on, too much politics and too much funny things going on. There's a picture I showed you where I made that decision. I was sat in my mum's sitting room, family house, and it was remember that everything I wore, everything I did, I remember that day, I decided that day, opposite me actually is my sister Jackie, and I had said, I am going to create my own. I don't think that this agency anymore is working for what the ideals, and I'm going to do that. But then my auntie came in and just started clicking, and I just went like that. Okay. She took the picture, and me and Jackie went back talking. That was the day I made up my mind. Leave, make it my own. And my own agency became Changes Employment Agency. First business venture.
Excellent. And that's age 22, 23.
Oh my gosh, yes, young. When you're young, I think you're more dynamic. I think when you're young,
yeah, definitely.
You dare it. You
definitely.
Know.
I wanted to set up a bank at that age, mate. And I went to the Bank of England and everything to find out what it is to set up a bank, because we ain't got no bank in ours, and that's what I was saying to myself. We need a bank, and off I went, man.
You dare it. You want to do it. You just dare it. You're not thinking isn't schisms. And for me, I didn't have that kind of thing to think about any kids or anything like that. You know, you just you power it, you go for it, and you want to do it, and you have that tenacity to do it. And I just said, yeah, I want to do that. I had no, proper business sense and that acumen to go into that, but read through it. Someone else came out of that company and said, I'll do it with you because I don't want them anymore. And we went for it, and we had our own. Very early on, she sort of backed out, but I carried it on. And it was a great experience for me to have this employment agency of my very own. And even the MD, the CEO of Atlas, came in, walked in and said, actually, I knew you could have probably done it. Very well done. Shook me hand, talked away, and I love that. And even though it didn't come, to wish, if it's not here today. Right. I don't care. I did it. I made it, and it worked. Other things happened to make it not work, and that was the recession for me.
Was that the 84, 87 recession? Yeah. When that came in, that kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah, really did. And when you're a new company, like we've seen it even with the COVID, that once you're new and something like this comes in, it's hard to keep it because you're just so new. And that was one of the tragedies with me, because I was really rather new, although I was getting there. Yeah. But when that hit, it was like, oh my gosh. And then,
you're not going to have the experience of dealing with a recession as well as
the banks won't do it. The banks.
That's what I was going to say about the relationship with the bank. Yeah. To bankroll you, to support you, because we had at that time we was importing food from the Caribbean, exporting goods from the UK back to the Caribbean. So it was like there was like an exchange of food and goods coming across. Yeah, we had at the time, I remember we had houses dotted all over the place, which we had to sell one at a time because there was no money coming in from the banks.
Wow.
Yeah. At that time, we also had a West Indian takeaway in Harlesden, next to where, Because at that age, everybody was pushing hard. Everyone was like, "Things
Yeah.
possible." Do you get what I'm saying? And we
Yeah.
wanted to do cook chill foods with Iceland and stuff like that. We was doing some really crazy stuff.
Always trying. Always trying.
Was that why you had to go into the fashion with your sister? Was that what made that switch?
Well, it, again, forced you into something else because you're not going to sit on your laurels, are you? So you just think, well, what else can I do? You know, sort of thing. And so, right, let's do that. So we started indoor market area in Kedgestown. That's Jackie the Grey, and everyone will know Jackie Joesph. She's on QVC. She's on BBC. Realise her. But then we went jointly into doing this thing in Kentish Town indoor market, and it was great. And we were buying things down, East London, things like that, and including Fontenay Road and things like that. But we were
you're dealing with the Asians and the Jews, girl.
And very much
you're wholesaling with them.
She created also a lot of her stuff because she was as she went to college, and she is in an upright a fashion designer, and so she still created her own design. So we had that still up there as well, and that's unique because it's hers. Yeah, so that was unique as well. That's what made the place work as well, because when they saw unique things, it wasn't just about cash and carry. They saw unique that may have pulled them in as well, because they used to put them at the front, and that pulled them in, and they saw other things going on. So it was rather good. But Jackie also was a model in her own right. And she became rather popular and of a demand. And then she, started getting these assignments, and especially abroad. And so, come out of that, exit Jackie, keep me in, carried on doing that. And I did that, and I was fine with it until one tragic day. And so things always happen that make you pull yourself the other way. Don't like you sometimes plan it. It's things that happen. My car got towed. That was it. My car got towed in Kentistown, and that was it. I said, well, basically throw this for a laugh. I've had enough. So that was it. So I said, well, move on. But you're gonna go now. What you're gonna do now? That is it. When it comes to the journalism, that was it.
Okay. Okay.
It happened for a reason. Always does, and that's where I jumped to that. So let's talk about that bit, if you will. Oh, I'm controlling this. Sorry. Rudi.
No, it's all right, man. It's all right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because I mean, if that was what the turning point was.
It was. I had to think, and it's not bouncy. It's not from there to there to there. It's not like you playing drafts or whatever. It still had its turmoils. It still had its hurdles and things. But you create a thing in your head. Well, why not? Why don't you do that? Why don't you go for that? Now, systematically seek through. You study it, and that's what I am. I am methodical like that, and I did. So it's not bouncy. It wasn't that. I just said, right, it's not like that. I started looking through it. Journalism, people always said, okay, why don't you join that? Okay, I will. So I studied where and what and things and what have you. And so, when it came to that crunch, it was, hard. It's still hard. Anyway, I came through it, Rudi, and started off on the bouncy ground, but with a child.
Yeah.
Needed to sustain myself to look after the child. Got the knowledge, got the education, got the training, but the child. So my sister, Glenda.
Wait, hold on. Which one's Glenda?
Now, Glenda's on my right of the picture. She's on in black, on my right of the picture at the end. And she married to Rick Clark, Glenda. Oh, lovely. But she now very business orientated and happened to have created a hair distribution, hair salon, what have you, in her own right, and growing this thing, and knowing that I had done my business with the employment agency and know that I was acute to that, asked me to help her out and come in, and I just said, well, yeah. So I did, and for 2 years solid plus, I did that, and I was so complacent. with that. I was so complacent, you know.
Well, you're not on your own track, are you? You're on your sister's track.
On it.
But you're helping her, which is a good thing.
Yeah. And then I you know, I don't know what it was that hit me. That said, gosh, what are you doing, Pam? All right, you got to reel and check this thing out. We are looking for professional journalists. This is what the people were doing. We sent it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, Rick's reverse accept. Oh, that's good. So anyway, I then yeah. Go for it, Pam. So I sent all my things out. I just said to Glenda, I got to stop it. I just bang.
Just stop there.
I just did it. I just said bang. Got to stop it. If I don't stop it and get hungry, I'll continue as I'm thinking. I'm looking for it. Just bang it. So I did that, and I started to send my CVs out. Blah 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 blah. Jackie helped me out too with that, sending out to this and that, anyone she knows as well, and things like that. And one of the things that happened was that sent it out to Joesph and you know, chasing certain things. And one of the ones I chased was Joesph and had a phone call with this person and said, hold on a minute. And I thought, well, that ain't gonna work. Oh God, blimey. That's I made it there. And you know what? You know, long short of it is that asked to come in by the then, God rest his soul, news editor Michael Price. He said, come in for, you know, 3 days. And he saw in those 3 days that he put me to all the tasks that you can ever think of. Shoved me there, pushed me there, did that. And I did it. And then he said, oh, come back next week, see what else you can do. Did that. Come back next week again, see what else you can do. He did that to me. Joesph, right, we doing right, Joesph. And, you know, I was never called by my name, but, you know, did it because that's what the news and that's what it's all about.
Right.
Yeah, did it. And after that, it was like, you're all right. You're all right. So they took me on as freelance. So 3 days, I continued there for 3 months, freelance. And then the biggest one hit, well, that was Princess Diana's funeral. And lo and behold, I was sent to go down there, Westminster, and I couldn't believe it.
So you're fresh, you haven't really got any journalistic experience at this point in time. And you're asked to go and report on the biggest story that is still trending today.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
And Rudi, even I felt at the time that, whoa, why are you sending a fresh kid down there? That he should have sent one of his most experienced reporters down there, if not himself.
Right.
Because the people I saw there, they were big, they were top names. And I just thought that was crazy. But what I found out later on was that they were more in tune to getting the station programming right, that each and every 20 minutes or so they were going to have somebody coming in or have a pre-taped interview with someone who had met Diana, someone who admired Diana from within our community.
Okay.
And that was rather important as well, rather than look at the aspect of the funeral and describe the situation.
The actual event.
The funeral, yeah. With many of the most of the TV things that was most important to them.
So what was it like when you're in the pit now with all of these? Because these are journalists from all over the world now, isn't it? You're part of this pack now, isn't it?
Crazy. Rudi, it was like something I never done because I'm not in it. I was green. I saw these people I'm watching on TV when I was small. I'm hearing people when I was small, listen to them on the radio, and I'm sitting there with them, and they're trying to depict and describe the very thing of what's going on, and I'm there as well, and I'm trying to take it all in, and I'm trying to be as professional as I can.
Yeah.
As I can, and to make sure I have everything worthy of every hour bulletin to give over to the team at the station at Brixton. And I did it to my best ability, and I just still kept it was over my head, but I did it. Even though
That is the reason. Yeah, but that's the reason why I wanted people to seriously understand that this didn't just happen. It didn't just happen.
Crazy.
You know, there is a history of how and why you actually got there in the first place.
Apparently it was that made me become permanent there.
Okay.
Because one of the managing director and also directors, CEOs there as well, Patrick Berry, felt that she did so well.
Mm.
Yeah, you think wrong, but I'm telling you, it was everyone keeps saying stop saying that, and I can't. Even today, I can't. I would never have done it, and I never would do it again. I wouldn't send someone green down there. I would make sure one of my experience report. But I found afterwards that it was a case of, even if she doesn't say anything great, we've still got the things in the studio. That's rubbish.
Yeah, they still got VTs and what have you, they still got,
IRN, whatever. But this rubbish, you need your own people to depict what's going on. And I would have sent my most experienced reporter down there, if not myself, as the editor. I either would have gone or sent my most experienced one down there. The green would have stayed with me, to collate certain things. No, but he was lucky. And then they said to me, "Well, so are you?" Well, I don't class me as lucky. He was lucky. It was me, and I still say that up to date. He's dead now, and it goes rest his soul. But I still say he was lucky. It was me, because I wouldn't have taken that chance, and I never will. There you go.
Because the thing is now, I mean, you end up as editor for the news, yeah. I mean, how did that role actually come about? I mean, because like you said, you've got a very distinctive voice, without a shadow of a doubt. That's quite clear, yeah. But I mean, it takes more than just a voice to.
The hard efforts and work that you put into it. And I started from graft. Like I said to you, I came in as work experience. Then I came in as a freelancer. I was doing all the natty jobs. I had to sit down on the concrete stairs for 2 hours to wait for Jack Straw. People may not know who Jack Straw was at the time.
No, there are quite a few people who know Jack Straw.
Well,
yeah.
I had to wait on a concrete step in the rain for him, and I was just a freelancer to do that. You do things, you do it, you go through the grain, you juggle it with everyone else, all the press thing, you juggle it, you do that, you go through the bottom, weigh yourself up, and I've done it. Yeah. I didn't come there on a breeze. I never did. Yeah. I worked for it, and I worked hard, and I grafted hard for that. Yeah. And in between, I still studied as well. So the best of journalism that you can.
But while you're doing all of that, you're more kids are coming along.
And we got them in. When I became the head of news, made sure I got the youngsters in. Beresford and Mac was there, and we made sure we got the youngsters in, do their time with us. So as many as possible, come in.
Yeah.
I was young, and I was old in my acknowledgement and things, but no training as well. Okay. And don't get it twisted about my facade. I'm not got it twisted about my facade. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. And I had to battle certain things, and I had to move myself into certain things to get in front. And little short. I'm only 5 foot, whatever. Yeah, and I've got this kind of facade, but hello, and I'm slim, but I had to maneuver myself into everything, to make sure. There we are.
Because I mean, there's quite a bunch of them in there. I mean, there's just human.
Yeah.
There's Ivor there.
There's Ivor there being strangled by Calvin Francis just behind the numbers. Yeah. At the side there is Patrick Berry. Just beyond that is DJ Gramps. And then I'm there, and rest his soul. We've got Kirk Anthony in front of me there. At the side of me there is Schumann. Behind me just there is Kevin. Oh gosh, you're gonna give me for not remembering his name. Then there's Jerry. And then there's Neil Kenlock. Also director. And that was one of those photos that we took, official ones. There's loads of those photos because not all of the DJs were in. We came in at times. It was to show you that the group of how we were and how fine we were and how much of a team we were and how we loved being with each other and working with each other as well. Yeah, you're going to, in any family, even in your own family, you can get an argument going on.
You're going to get ups and downs. Of course you are.
So of course,
that's why I like Christmas time, because you know there's going to be some bomb going on in the yard.
But you know, but we knew what we were working for. This was our own thing. This was our own thing, and we can say what we want and do what we want to the extent of, you know, beyond the realm. But I'm saying about talking about what we want to talk about. And certainly Patrick gave us carte blanche in the newsroom to say what we want to say and to talk about this item and that item.
So then how did it feel when Capital came in then?
Oh, complete change.
So was your body language. So was your body language.
I had to be dictated to about, oh, can you ease up on saying the word black? Can we not use another word? What other word? But then can we use those crime stories then later on in the bulletin? And can we refrain from maybe even putting any crime stories in a bulletin? And, you know, when you talk about certain campaign things, can we sort of spread them out and use other wordings?
Because it was Choice who brought in the urban shit, the urban word, urban.
Rudi,
I bring it in.
What the hell? Where am I at now? Where am I at? Where am I at? I can't depict and say the thing that is meant to be and dictate the word. Worse still than that, Rudi. How dare you dumb my the vocabulary and what I have to say? Started to tell us, can we sort of stop saying you're, you know, going to see the courts and gonna see the court, gonna have. Everything we were talking had to abbreviate it to make us sound a bit more streety. Excuse me?
Because I think they wanted to start to appeal to them 14-year-old white kids.
Yeah, but question. Was Capital Radio people really talking that way? Question. Think about it, because that's what we analysed. Were they really going that way, or were they really trying to say to us, our owner people, our owner youths, need us to talk like that? Oh crap. Yeah. Because unless we keep with the English, how are they going to step up as well? Why should I talk like a street guy when I'm meant to be trying to get you to get into the rhythm of talking like us, to get a good job, to make
become corporate,
right? Why am I going to talk down to anyone? Why does any news reader talk? You don't. I've never heard of such a thing. Never heard of such a thing. And when we realized that the Capital Group and that weren't doing that, what are you trying to say? That the black listeners, you know, the young black listeners, that's what they want to hear, because that's what we're doing on street. And so we got to talk streetwise on news. I don't think so. So I used to have battles.
Because I mean, first Jeff went, innit?
No, if anyone was listening to now of a certain name, I can understand this. Within that realm, he knows what I mean, right? When I was asked to do certain things, and I put my foot down, and I said, no, you can't call black people urban. What's urban? What urban? What urban? Urban thing, urban killing, urban what? What's urban mean? You know? And how dare I want to start saying gunna and willa? Yeah. That's not what I wasn't taught that way as I did my journalism. So why am I going to start doing that now? You know? So anyway, basically, he went from him, the manager of the group thing, to my line manager, and him trying to convince me to trying to conform. You should do bollocks.
So did you so could you feel the pressure, or could you feel the cloud coming over you now? Because obviously you're not towing the line anymore. You're not anymore. You're not towing their line, are you?
I'm not a rebel without a cause, Rudi. It's just that I know what is what. I was trained to read news in a certain way. I cannot sort of detract myself from being a news reader, grammatically speaking, to relate news. I am not on a young channel that a young person is reading news to their young people and saying, yeah, right, like this. That's not my remit. I read news as it is. And grammatically speaking, I have to read the news as it is. I've been told to tone it down, start breaking down my words, going into, shortening my words and start to say things like, yeah, it's gonna, and there's up cops and things. Woo. Why am I going to sound like that? Why should I? And I did conform to that. And I did say certain things. And then I was put to the test with going to my line manager. And then I argued with him too. And I said, well, no, it's wrong. And so, it became a contention. And I'm sorry to say this, but it just was that I seemed like a troublemaker.
Okay.
I wasn't going to conform to that. I was taught a certain way, and news is news is news. If I'm going to be a presenter, I'm talking, so I can talk the way I wanna. I'm a presenter, but when I'm reading the news, grammatically speaking, you're relaying the news to others. Do it in the most perfect English as you can. As far as I'm concerned, that's news. If you want me to host a show, I'll host a show, and I'll do that any moment. Yeah, and we're gonna be speaking to. I'll do it like that. I'm gonna. Yeah, but not when I'm reading the news. Don't tell me gonna when I'm reading the news. The police are going to be speaking to several people. At least are gonna speak to several people. What? No.
Because I mean, I must admit, you were flexible in your approach, because you started interviewing lots and lots of different types of personalities now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not that you didn't know how to, and you knew right is right and wrong is wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, but what you're showing there is a different scenario. This is Black Plus Awards. This is nothing to do with.
No, I get that, but it's like it's where you're coming from and where you're heading to.
And when I'm sitting down with Michael Tyson, no one could tell me what to say because they weren't there. And when I sat down with Michael Tyson, nobody could tell me what to say and what not to ask him or what to ask him. And at the time when we had Michael Tyson, we weren't at Capitol. We were still.
Yeah, so you're coming from,
We were dictated by Capitol people, right? Because if we were, I probably wouldn't have got that gig. They would have pushed me out. They would have put someone else there. I wouldn't have got that. I remember at the time I was at home and I got a call from Patrick Berry and he said, right, Joesph, what you do? And I said, well, I'm at home. And he goes, right, I'm going to order a cab, come down to the Dorchester or whatever it was. I think it was the Dorchester. And Mike Tyson's here. We've got a window. We've got a window. Get down here. Boom. I'd just do that, slick me down some grease. I don't know why, I just shoved some jumper on the thing. And I got a cab and I went down there, boomy. And all the world's press was in the foyer, Dorchester. And I walked in there and I had a little pass and Neil came out to meet me. He got in there and I got the exclusive with him. He's about to fight Lennox.
Okay.
I got the exclusive. If I was if you think you kept me, I would have got that. No, you're mad. And that's the difference. So when we have our own thing, we can do what we want to do. We can get the Sean Coombs or Puff Daddy, whatever he wants to change his name, come straight down. Yeah, when all the rest of the world was saying, come to our station, they went, I'm going to Choice. Come down to Choice. When we got Usher, we got all these people come down to, because we were the thing, and we can dictate, we can do what we want to do. But if it was ever with them, they control it. They want their own people doing it. And that's why, if anyone wants to say to me now, why don't you go into the BBC? Why don't you? No, I won't. No, I won't. I'm too old in the tooth. I ain't going to take no one's thing. Because right now, I think we can do our thing for ourselves. And I continue to persevere with that. We can do our own thing. And that's why, the Lifestyle Show does its own thing, and we're going to maintain that. Yeah. So we can have a dictatorship and say what we want to say. We can promote what we want to promote. Yeah. And push our race up there as well, because we are Black Lives Matter. And there you go.
Mm. So what is the connections like internationally? How does that work? Because
you know, at the end of the day, we've got the Nigerian factor and the Western side, the West Africa, East Asia, and we got obviously the Europe. But on the Caribbean front, we're in talks right now to try and get our show to be broadcast to the connection of the
CARICOM.
Yeah, there's a CARICOM thing going on there, satellite thing. I can't remember the exact word, but you know, talk to that as well to get our show at least visualized in the Caribbean and Africa. It's there to that eastern side, and then maybe even spread that out a bit more. But we're certainly in Europe as well. But the Caribbean, yeah, you need to have more of that going on. But we do have a great connection because, you know, even the lifestyle. Louis.
Yeah.
You know.
Tell us how the lifestyle channel program came about. Tell us how that came about.
Wow.
Because the thing is that it's obvious that you're not going to end up staying at Choice because of the way that Choice was, the direction they were choosing to go in.
Rudi,
did you leave Choice, or did Choice tell you to leave?
I said to you, Rudi, it came to a point where the management came in, the takeover came in, and then middle management went, and then this one's going to go, and I got into a point where I was kind of seen like a troublemaker.
Okay.
I don't think that's ready. I think that's an excuse. I don't think I was, because everything I said I think was correct. Anyway, hey ho. I was the first one on the you know, the rack, if you will. But I was allowed to go and reapply for my job, albeit demoted.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Demoted, yeah.
Took over from Capital. This GLNR. Anyway, they took over from Capital as well. With it myself. Capital didn't even see that coming. And a lot of their people went as well. But anyway, true enough. We had to look at every single angle of each department and what was going on. Lots of people lost their jobs. Of course, we know that. I was asked to, reapply with the fact that I was going to be demoted, not going to be editor anymore. People knew that's not my bag. It's not so much about pride. I just know that's wrong. It's not going to happen. So I just said, hey, I gone. Anyway, same year, months later, thought about it. Oh, it's my time to let me do the transition now. How I did go into TV?
Transition. Your fourth transition, by the way.
let me try it now. Let me try it now. Let me see about TV. You're not bad looking, you know, and you can. Anyway, I sat with one of my former, the head reporter at Choice.
Sorry to cut you. It's just that you said that you're not bad looking, and I'm not going to disagree.
No,
I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to disagree.
No, just for the look of it all. I'm trying to say to myself that I've got it there. I know, and I've got the boys because I know. But I'm saying to myself, well, Pam, you're not. I'm just saying as a thing, you're not bad looking, so you can. It should be rather easy for you to, do the transition. But where do you go? So try your thing, see what you can do. I didn't want to do news. I didn't want to go into news. Nah. So I thought about, what I'm seeing on television. I'd really rather making it, which they did show. What about a black version? What about a black version of show? So I spoke to my head reporter. He's still working at Choice, Berylson Mac. What do you think about that? He said, Pam, that's a great idea, Pam. So I said, all right, let me leave it with me. Let me think it. And I, for months, devised this and devised that. And I went for my homework and I did this. And I said, right. So I sent things out, but not a lot of response. So, and one of my other, good, from Choice FM as well. Listen, this company's come up not too long, BNTV, and why don't you try there? Even if you want a stepping stone, but try there. And I went for it. And to me and Beresford, we did our, thing. Yeah, can work, can happen, we do. That was it. And it worked. And that's it. The lifestyle show created.
Okay.
It was for Lifestyle on Ben, but it's the lifestyle show, but it's all about everything you need to know within our own community, our own creams, our own products, our own this, our own business people, our own everything. It's about us.
Okay. Let me just give people a recap of what it actually looks like.
Oh gosh.
Come on. For some reason, he doesn't want to play. Hold on. I'm not gonna let him get away that easy.
You see, you're determined to make it work.
Yeah, I am.
It should work.
I am determined to make it work. Hold on a second. Let me just, because the thing is that I know that. Oh gosh.
Oh, it's work.
Get keeping it real.
All right, forget that. No.
It's gonna come.
Where?
For those who don't know, this is about. For those who don't know, this is the promo of the lifestyle show, and the lifestyle show really is about everything to do with life. And when we talk about health, and we talk about sport, we talk about wealth, we talk about education, we talk about business, and we talk about. Yes, we can go into the realm of human interest stories, and of course we do, and we do campaign issues as well. It's all across the board, and anyone who has anything to say, you don't have to be within our community, but as it impacts on us. That's what I'm concerned with, because anyone who has anything to say hasn't got the chance, and many of the mainstream, to do that. And so this is what I wanted. I wanted a platform. I wanted something for any of us come to me and say, well, Pam, I'd like to talk about this. I'd like to talk about that. I'm not going to lie to any of you right now. We do need money to sustain ourselves to make that happen. But it is so good that if we can have the ones who are richer that can say, well, yeah, they're doing good, and let's promote this person, and let's keep it within the realm, keep it within the community, strengthen our own selves, and that's great. But the ones who just keep coming on board, and we will squeeze you in somewhere as well.
Right, so, let me squeeze this in. Let me squeeze this in.
Oh, it's ready.
Because I like the fact that you've gone. It's almost like in a funny kind of way you've gone back to your roots of opening up and doing your own thing. You've come out of the corporate world.
Because my experience through what I had with after being with Choice and then Capital Radio, taking over the reins and dictating what I say and what we shouldn't say. And how we should say the thing and how we shouldn't say it. It's got to me, and I won't put my oh, thank you, Alfia.
Big Nanny's hair oil. I mean, you mostly did so many hair products, but I've got it. Oh, you can't see it, unfortunately. I've got Big Nanny's hair product right here.
Oh,
somebody that you most probably. I'm sorry, it's not coming through because of the. Wait, let's see. No, it won't come through. Unfortunately. But obviously.
Nice one. But no, we because we just do need our own. We got BET just soaring and zooming, but that's not us. BET ain't us. We need our own. Yeah, we need our own things going on. This little island here. Yeah. So we need our own station going, and we need to build upon that, make it work, and whatever we need to do to showcase whatever anyone's doing, whether you've written a book, whether you're talking about your wares and what other services. You have these. You need to have a station that's going to have that going on, because you ain't going to get it on ITV. You have to spend bucks.
Yeah.
They would even make you go on ITV with your advertisement, let alone you being on one of the TV shows. Unless it's a human interest thing, you're not going to get on BBC. I ain't going to get on ITV unless it's something that's impacted. It's either political or a human interest impact, then you ain't getting anywhere. So why can't we build our own? And why are we so afraid to invest in things like this, in shows, in TV stations? Let us do this.
I think our generation have got there. I think I always say this is because I think that our parents didn't come here with that intention. They came here with a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
But we born here are thinking that way. I mean,
we have a choice but not to think that way because we were born here. Exactly what you just said, Rudi. Because we were, but we don't know the Caribbean. What do we know about the Caribbean is what our parents told us. Yeah. Well, we were born and bred here. We went schooling here. All we know is here. Yeah. And we can only feel it when we go on holiday over there. But it's here. So why can't we make our own things here as we were born here? What of it? Let us take the stance and let us and bring that through. And then with our generation behind us now, we keep mowing the land and making them have an easier access. And that's what they did to us. What we're doing for our and their youngsters behind them. We've got
what about your youngsters?
Yeah. Adrian in front, the actress, and behind there, TV and film. That's what she's studying right now. TV and film production. Jasmine behind.
So those are your 2 daughters, yeah?
My 2. Yeah. My 2. Crazy. But this is their world now as well. And look at us. We're still doing it, Rudi. We're still coming up there. We're being up front as well. We're still having it. But this is now for them, not only to take the baton and go even further. You get me? That's what it's all about. Every single generation is meant to go further up. So we have plowed to so much thing, and we're live up. We're doing things like this. But they're going to do so much more, and they ought to do so much more. And we've got to make that fact that they are going to do so much more. Keep on rising to the top.
So then when are you going to put that into a book, young lady?
Talking about books. Oh my gosh. Talking about books. Okay. It's no biography. But I must say, Rudi, I've been on the book. There's 2 separate things, 2 separate sets of books, but one book, kind of a psychological thriller, but it's like basically a whodunit. Working that for, I can't even say it. It's so embarrassing to say how many years.
10. Bloody hell. I've been working on mine for nearly 5, mate.
You see, that's don't know. Well, at least you're better than me. But I mean, 10. I keep putting it down. Right?
Because you keep picking up other projects and you keep forwarding on with those.
Other things happen.
Yeah.
And you just keep saying, "What's there?" It ain't gonna run away.
No,
it's
it ain't.
Run away. You're gonna come back to it, and when you feel as if you've got more time to sit there and deal with it, and that's what it is, as well. Okay. But can I just say to you that the team? I've got to talk about the lifestyle. I know.
Okay, let's talk about the lifestyle.
We're very small.
I'll even put up the logo.
Yeah, we're a very small team, and we've just worked so closely with each other for years. And all I have to say is that people keep supporting what other people are doing because it's all for the good. We're just having a station here that's going to promote you, put you on a platform, help you out as much as we can. For real, some try to. Thanks, Miss Hugo. But we just want to do that. And we're all sticking on the same thing, that Black Lives Matter, our our
I don't know.
matters. And it's all about keeping us lot real and keeping us lot focusing on what this one is doing, that one's doing. Not a lot of people know how many Black brilliant businesses and brilliant people are out there. And even for the young ones, to inspire the young ones as well, to see that there's the surgeon there. Oh my God, the Black surgeon on Harley Street. I didn't know, because of course you don't know, because you think the wider press is going to make that happen, to make you know. It's going to be people like you and me, Rudi, that's going to make it happen, to put them there and to say, well, this is what this one's doing. That's what that one's doing. And that's what
it's such a. I was talking to Eddie Nestor about that today. I mean, even Eddie's run into it in the sense that people know that they need Black news, contemporary news kind of like thing, and these kind of types of discussion. Yeah. But it's almost like music carries the swing, and they will always get more numbers and what have you. But yet, if somebody ain't treading this path, no one's going to broadcast anything other than that. Me and Eddie was talking for about 2.5 hours today.
Yeah, entertainment is great. I mean, music, it's great. Of course it is. But it does get in there, it does penetrate when you talk serious things, and you can entertain it to a degree. I mean, Lifestyle Show is also about entertainment as well, because we don't just have a straight talk. We do have entertainment in there, and we mix
it moves pretty quickly. It moves pretty quickly, doesn't it?
It does. It's like you're flicking the magazine. When you read that page. But I still think that you need platforms. You need platforms for people, whether you're in the music industry, because we got our bit with the music corner, up and coming young people, whether you're a word poet, whether you're a musician, whether you're a singer, and we've got that. So you're up and coming, and you want to showcase you, and we've got that in our show as well. So
because that's what Eddie said. Eddie said you got to put in. He said you got to put in the lot. He said you got to get it all in.
We got the 2-hour show that we try to cram it. We try to cram as much as we can, but we do have the human interest story. But what is topical interest as well, and talking to people what's happening in our community. But we combine it with that and that and that. And as we come down, we then nicen it up with young and up and coming vocalists and whatever entertainment. And we do that, and we talk to celebrities as well. What's going on? And so we've got a whole blend of it, and I think it's a great show, and I think everyone should try and support. And if you can, I'd like you to email us at lifestyleonben@hotmail.co.uk. Tell us how you can support us, and we just love to have, maybe just not I'm not talking about the financial side of it all, but I'm just talking about give us.
But we do need financial support, though. We do.
And I everyone's quickly running away when you talk about financial. But we yes, of course we do, because we're independent. Ben Television doesn't pay us. The Lifestyle Show is us. We're independent, and we're a small independent group, but we're doing it. And lots of people are so surprised when they really realize how many of us put that show together. But that's what we do, and we do need your support. We really do. It'd be nice for you to get on board and help us out with that. Lifestyle and Ben, all one word, at hotmail.co.uk, and check us out on we're on the Sky. And it's 175, but check it out anyway on that
175 Sky, yeah?
And the YouTube. And
Sky. But what days are you on?
Right now, we're on a break, Rudi, because that you're going to see repeats. But right now, we're on a break. We're coming back in the fall.
Okay.
Can I also say to you that another thing that I'm going to be shortly into is a brand new concept. It's going to be fantastic. ML Live, mlliveshopping.com. mlliveshopping.com. This is going to be a whole concept of something. Not only will we talk about community news and community vibes going on, but also with our owner brands, with the brands that you won't see advertised on QVC or advertised on any of these programs, coming in live on this tele shopping situation. It's all good. That again is in the fall. Yeah, it's all good.
So you guys have just heard Pam say it's all good. What to look out for? Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we've done well over the hour, because I wanted people to see the background. I wanted them to hear the background of you. I want them to hear the background, because a lot of us have seen, like I said, a lot of us have seen you presenting things and at the forefront and everything. And I always find it interesting to say to myself, why is she doing that? What's motivating her? What's pushing her? You know?
Yeah. But we didn't even touch on something else as well. Sorry. Well, am I going to have to stop now?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to say something else, a bit more than that as well. I want to say about my fam as well too. Mum and Dad love them dearly, and they created a whole bunch of us that are doing this thing. That we are all about creativity, and we're out there as well. So, but just also want to give a big thanks. My brother, that's my mum. There by me, that's me, my mum. But I want to say a big thanks to my brother Pat and Joesph, who sponsored my daughter Jade Marie. That's the first one in the first that capture that you got into the Andrew Lloyd Webber Arts Ed to do her MAs.
Okay.
And I have to say that I big up to him for that. You know, all my family were very supportive with each other, and we like to keep close with that. I want to say one thing as well. The one biggest person that has really helped us out. It's two really. Alice Showaday from Ben TV, but also Mark Dargetti from Dargetti Teas, who's been one that has gone into this remote system. We don't get a lot of help. We haven't had a lot of help. But Mark Dargetti Teas, he's been one of our main sponsors and has helped us, keep surviving through this, and hopefully we're going to have a bigger relationship with him. So thank you, Mark. Yeah, and I have to say that to Mark Dargetti. That's a big one out there. But I will say thank you to my sisters and my brothers and to my parents and, Hazel, Allsane, Anthony. Where's my co-star, Anthony? You showed him here. We're really doing that.
Have I got an image of him, you and him?
Yeah, I'm doing that. He's next to me, and he's my co-star with the lifestyle show, and they we're getting together back again, and we're going to do this, and we're going to make it bigger and better. If we can really get support and help from our community, we can continue with this thing and help others to increase exposure of themselves and advertise what they're doing and promote what they're doing, and have a positive stance on whatever anyone is doing.
Okay, I think I found it. Because this gentleman always shows up. Let me just. I'm actually going to do this all in one go. Let me. Yeah. You're a pro, so you can bear with me. You're a pro, you can bear with me.
Yeah, of course I can.
Because it's always good to see people who are actually, as you said, behind the scenes that people don't see or are not aware of.
Yeah.
And it's nice to make them aware of them.
No matter how we look at ourselves, how we are, everything we've done, how we've got there, has always been a struggle. And it has, even more so with who we are, the color of our skin and what have you. It's always been a struggle. So we've never got anywhere. No one, there he is. That's him. My lovely. That's Anthony. And that's my co-star on the lifestyle show. We are there at the, that was the last one. 2019? What was that one? 2019, Black and Hair Beauty, the Afro show at the event, Islington.
Okay. Oh yeah, because they moved it from Alexandra Palace, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and it's been there for a few years.
Yeah.
Design Centre, and yes, we were there, and we filmed it. We were live. We were in there. Thank you, Claire. Thank you. It's a struggle. It's not glam. Oh, say
it looks glam though.
Hey, great man. That's my girl.
Glam. You always look glam. I must give you that.
No,
but as I said, I'm going to give that to your sister. I'm going to say it's because of your sister. I'm going to say that's your sis, man.
Oh, mate. We just it's hard. It's, I always will tell people this. Don't ever take it like you see Rudi there, like Rudi's on stage, Rudi's doing that. You know how hard he got Rudi to get there? You see me there, I'm doing that. You know how hard it was? And I want to let people know it's hard graft, but your determination and your focus on the thing, and you get them, but you want to make people know It is hard, but you can do it. You can. You can. And that's the bit. You know, you can do it. Keep going for it. Keep going for it because you can. It's hard, but you can. And it's not, you know, Rudi says, well, Pam, oh my God, you've changed what, mate, 4 times. But it was only things that happened, you know, then, all right, go this way. But that wasn't easy. And that wasn't easy. But, you know, you go. But once I go on that road, once I get on that path, I better get there. And that's what I'm about. I'm going to, even if as I go through the wire, I trip and drop and knock my head out, I don't care. I reach there. So what I'm basically saying, you go for it. It might not be successful, but you went for it. And so you reel and come again. Just like with my companies, you know.
Wheel and come again.
Reel and come again.
I like that, man.
Real, Rudi. It's keeping it real. You know, you reel and come again. You just got to dust off your thing, get back on the horse. And that's what it doesn't, I know it might sound easy. It's not easy what I'm just saying there, but that's exactly what you have to do. Keep on heading to the top at all times. Get the support and help. Yes, we do. We need that. We need that at all times. We need help and support. And that's where the community should properly get together, especially as, you know, BLM, you impacted us last year in England like that. Let's keep that momentum.
Keep that momentum going.
Please. Yeah.
Well, for all of those who joined late, you missed a great interview. Unfortunately, that's what I'm going to say to you. But we have come to the end, or else we'll talk for another half an hour, 45 minutes. Yeah, and I know you can do it, Pam. That's the thing. Is that I know that you can do it.
I talk for England, don't I? As everyone says, my mum says you talk too much, you know. You talk too much, you know, girl. I can't help it. I can't help it.
Right, no, it's got to be done. But I'm going to say to all the listeners, thank you very much for tuning in and stay with us. Is there anything that you'd finally like to say, Pam? Is there anything? Because you're going to say, and there's one more thing, Rudi, and there's one more thing, Rudi, and there's one more thing, Rudi.
Well, you know, I just bless you, Rudi, what you're doing. I remember the last interview, the bloody interview I had with you, and I can tell you where it was. It was in Tottenham.
Yeah.
It was in 2017.
Right. All I remember is I remember having to squeeze past Daddy Ernie's belly. That's all I remember. As I remember
2017, and you were really saying about people getting together. You were really on that.
Yeah, I still am.
Us community getting together. You was on that staunch, you know, but you were really giving it like that. And I remember how, you know, powerful your talk was and your speech was then. And look where you are now. You know, I know what you do. You get. Everybody knows Rudi Lickwood, and everybody knows who you are. You are the funny man, but you are a serious man. You're a very serious man. And I remember that interview. You gave us a very serious side of you, and I remember that. Never forget it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all well and good to be. You know, we love our people, and we can make jokes, and you know, your thing is to do that. But we are very serious about coming together properly. Let us, you know, unite and help each other out wherever we can. That's what it's about. As any way we can strengthen our unity and the rest, we got to be together and help each other out. Yeah.
And on that note, gonna have to let you lot go. All right. Thanks, Pam.
With Rudi Lickwood, the topical interactive chat show every Monday night, 8:30 p.m. with special guests and you, the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood. This event is brought to you by Comedy Hotspot. Don't forget, keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood.
Good night.